Thank you very much. My name is Midas Jimo, the team leader of Planb Express. For just a few minutes, maybe 1 to 2 minutes, you may want to look at what Planb Express actually entails. So it's a glance. This is a snap glance of Planb Express. So you may want to navigate through from page 1, 2 to 3, what we summarize to be the ecosystem. So you probably can use just 2 to 3 minutes to glance through, have an understanding that we're not just gambling. We want to really build human. We want to build people. But the sole call is the aspect of personal economy. We want people to be built in their economy, not corporate economy. Yeah. Is it bad to have corporate economy? If you have people who are well equipped in their personal economy, yes, they can contribute to the corporate economy. So we've discovered, I personally, in my search for knowledge, I discovered that people build the corporate economy at the expense of their personal economy. And that's why when they leave services, they become less productive because they are so much concerned about, will I call it something like an eye service? Because when you are so much about corporate economy, you're not going to be all-round productive. You'll be vertical and then you'll not be horizontal. So you can be so in-depth about the corporate economy, but you will languish your personal economy. And of course, that's the in turn haunt people. It's the haunt people. It's the haunt the economy. Because when you have more of dependent people, let me take it from an instance. At a point in life or at a point in a cycle of human, we see that our fathers who had gone to, maybe study some specialized knowledge or skills, they become so productive at a given time. And then the economy is like doing well. Just a case study of Nigeria, 1960, 1963. They told us how the economy was robust in Nigeria, up until then, the Naira to dollar. Naira was more stronger than dollar. And what do you think was the first factor of the problem? We have our people, human resources were very equipped and all of that. So, but they were trained to learn much about how to build, the corporate economy, and their personal economy were dealt with, so they have nothing to offer as far as maybe it has to do with building family regenerations and all of that. And the cycle could not continue. So after that, now we now have people mindset who have been low, children coming up, and then survival of the fittest, as it were. So, but now over the years, technology that kept advancing. So if you are here this afternoon, this is more detailed business opportunity presentation and expanding your horizon of understanding why you need to build your personal economy. And so with that aspect, we discovered that innovations, technology advancement kept coming day by day. Like right now, we're talking about the robotic system. I'm sure if you have been in Planb, we've been teaching about, talking about the change in knowledge, that change in knowledge where we used to have like decades, several decades, years of change in knowledge. And then over time, now we have change in knowledge every 6 months, and then we'll say going towards where knowledge will be changing every 12 hours. Now it looks just historical or theoretical when you talk about change in knowledge. How do you mean knowledge will be changing per second, per this period? Now, either you pretend not to know now, but it's going to deal with you if you pretend not to know and to be aware that the knowledge has actually started changing drastically. Now, there's a placement and displacement of people, in the relevance of the type of knowledge we acquire. Let me use an instance. I remember in those days, right? I remember in those days when our people start coming up, and what they brought up is that as a child who's going to school, you can see where the problem of corporate economy had infected and affect our productivity at the personal level. And when you talk about the personal level now, the family level, now every family have reduced their level of knowledge to like go to school, study this and all of that. Much family were not actually informed about the innovations and disruption that could happen. So they maintain the status quo of like, okay, this is what used to be and this is what's going to be, and in that order. And so nobody was inquisitive and then frightened about the innovations and then the threat it tend to pose on anyone who is not and who is not prepared about the disruption. Okay? So, and with that, people kept doing, the same thing here and there. And, the world was actually moving from the knowledge we're acquiring. You agree with me now that, if you have your child, when it now is going to go to school, there are courses we are now being offered in these universities, even the college and all of that were not there before. Like example, you go to universities now and some technical colleges, you're talking about robotic system, robotic engineering, and all of that. Those things were not there. And now what brought about all of those things? Because of the innovations and the needs of human, and then, and it will keep coming, either we like it or not. Now, why I have to start from this aspect? So you cannot imagine a person who refused to build his personal economy. He wouldn't have more than knowledge of building a corporate economy, how to just work in those establishments. And so it's going to nurture us towards working in those establishments. And it will be like a taboo that you can never own such establishment. Because the orientation we got is this, you have to just study and then learn how to use those tools and all of that. So no much persons are being, pushed into this aspect. I was listening to some, we may call it, yes, fine, but it's relevant to what I want to say. I was listening to one popular, a musician and artist in Nigeria called Davido, and they were interviewing him, and he told us about how his father used to arrest him, beat him, because of he don't want to sing. Yeah, and then he thank God the mother was actually following him up. And either it is true or not, I saw where they said, he had to go to school, what they asked him to go and study was not paying attention to that. I'm not saying you should not pay attention to what they ask you to study. And some of us, you can attest to it, that some of us are victim of that. And there's some of us, what we want to study, not because we even understood what we want to study, but what we want to study was by environmental factor of the people, our uncle, brothers, elder brothers, cousins, and all of that, what they have studied. And we want to study that because we knew that they studied that same thing. And so, and then, at the point is, okay, came back, and I'm sure there was a pressing need after when the guy became what he was in the music industry, and they said, okay, we need to now bring this course, now implement this course in his university to be part of course of study, right? Now, I listened to another guy, he's a very fantastic guy in the forex industry. And then I listened to him keenly, and he said, well, he was to go to university to go and study either something mechanical or something. I just doing engineering course. And then he got there in London or something. And then, so the inheritance the mother or the grandmother left for him was the grandmother or the mother bought stocks. And then, the stock was there, and he had been at the age 17, he had always been exposed to understanding how the stock market works and then the financial market though. Yeah. So, but this is a guy who's in the science oriented, and he ought to go to study something mechanical engineering, but I wouldn't remember. Now he got up there, and then he actually got the admission, and he got to the university, and then he saw the tools they were bringing. This is what you're going to do. He said the whole thing just got him confused. What are you talking about? Now, his interests were just pushed. So there and there, imagine there and there, you can imagine an engineering student changing his course to business administration. So, and you can imagine how much the father, the mother have gathered to send their. Now, let me now tell you, what was the imagination of the father and the mother was that let's send our son or daughter to study in UK to become an engineer, a hero, and all of that. Those are the perspective. And the young man got there. Oh, no, and change the whole thing. Now, guess what? After changing, people thought that he was actually studying, and the young man was studying business administration. Now, to cut the whole long story about the preamble I'm giving to us was the fact that the young man came out and thereafter started trading stock and all of that. Then he got some information, now hype in online on YouTube, that people talked about how much you can make, in forex market and all of that. So now it became more interesting to him that, okay, now I think I need to put my interest to learn much about forex market. And so he was following up, according to him, following all manner of people. And so now when he got out the money that was his inheritance from his father or his grandmother, and then he picked out that money was around $2,000 or thereabout, and start trading with it. So he was actually making money. And all of a sudden, the whole account got blown. That's the whole inheritance. You can imagine the whole inheritance got blown, and that was all. And they were like, "What? What's going on?" And then, he starts following up, start building himself the more, the first year, second year, third year. Now, I'm arriving somewhere. Some of us who actually thought that making money and building wealth are the same thing, or, you just meander around all of those things because people just hype things and tell you how they make so much money and all of that. So the young man say, at the end of the day, now today he's being celebrated. He lives in Dubai, yeah? He lives in Dubai. And not just that, companies and organizations now start hiring him, and he's now trading capital worth, is it $5 million? Something like that. No, $50 million, right? So he's now trading capital worth of $50 million in the financial market, that's Forex market. And then when I listened to him keenly, and he was talking about how over time he now realized that what is real from what to listen to online, on YouTube or different platforms, significantly were very little. Because just like the normal media stuff, the reality would not be exposed. We wouldn't know the reality. So you would think that, a lot of people live their life by social media, for instance. Many marriages have been destroyed today because they watch some things on social media, just like, know what a man can do, a woman can do better. No, I have right, you have right, you don't have right. Oh, so my husband is actually maltreating me. Oh, this is domestic violence, stuff like that. And people now take on, no, I have to fight for my right and all. That's the same thing in the financial market. Oh, no, people are making this money. And then when I had the young man, and I've been saying the time we don't know, but when you see real people who are in the financial market, trading or building wealth, they wouldn't tell you that you can make so amount in a month, you can make so amount in a week or stuff like that. So you start building gradually, and talked about if you can even do 5% in a month, that's good. You keep improving on that over the years. Because why? You're actually looking for how to build wealth, not just gambling. All right, so you're welcome to today's edition, this Tuesday edition of Plan B business combo. It's a business combo, and then what you need to know. And then, but before I will now show you what you need to know, and then of course, what we are doing in the business combo. There are 4 segments of our business combo. Number one is the aspect of passive income system strategy, which means you are building a cash flow, okay? The aspect of passive income strategy, you are building a cash flow. And then the second is the aspect of, professional or active trading. So which means you are helping yourself to, all right, you're helping yourself to be involved independently to make money and then develop yourself as much as possible. Then you have the aspect of, diversification, project diversification, investment diversifications, and all of that. So with that, you're able to build up, all right, over time, a financial stamina, then aspect of affiliate. So there are 4 cardinal areas of our business combo. Number one, the hands-free investment strategy, or we call it like hands-free decentralized, so not an ROI. So please get to understand this. We don't give people an ROI system, right? So what we want to explore is to learn to understand that you can help yourself to build up financial stamina beyond those things people are telling you. Now, I have a narrative for us. Let me quickly look at the stock market, for instance. Let me show you something. There's something fantastic in the market, or let me start from Nigeria, for instance. Let me give what, guys, if you're in this meeting this afternoon and on this Tuesday meeting, now let me tell you, there's something crazily happening in the stock market since last year. And I will tell you, sentimentally anyway, I would tell you sentimentally, I always tell people I'm a crypto politician, so I'm an online politician. So what has to do with money politics? So the money politics I play online is not to have an issue, it's to look at issues, problems, challenges, situations, and then take advantage of it to make money. Let me use an example. Nigeria just have a change in administration, for instance. That is a new power coming to be. That an individual or crop of people now who to lead Nigeria, okay? Now, let me tell you one thing. Why the election was going on, okay? I'm not discussing politics now. I'm telling you economics from the politics, because political economy. Now, I looked at what was happening, and I looked at the personality of the individuals and the crop of people who are coming into power. And I told friends around me in Port Harcourt, and I told them, hey, you know what I observe, when this new administration comes in, we're going to have what we call a capitalist system. Yeah. So, and then people look at me, how do you mean? Okay, saying, what I mean is this. You will now see reason why we have been telling people to learn much about online. It's very important about online. And in the capitalist system, the first people who suffer in the capitalist system are the small business startup, especially conventional business. Why? Because they're going to be a kind of restructuring. And so people with much money will survive and they will make much money. That's the truth in a capitalist environment. So, but now from the starting, if the people in charge actually meant well, at the long run, the people will enjoy because services and products or commodities or things they are looking for will be available. You will see work to work, but you will spend more, right? So you will see work, they will pay you salary, okay? But of course, you're going to spend the salary for your basic needs. So perhaps may not be able to have money to start doing projects like to build house or to do some other thing. In fact, at that point, people may not really be able to even do business of their own. So they will have to still be subjected to either working for people or doing normal self-employed. So either you are working for somebody or you are self-employed, you are still in the same chart of what Robert Kiyosaki talked about, the cash flow contract. So you are still at the left-hand side. So you are still not a boss. So if you are working, you are subjected under your boss. If you are self-employed, you are subjected under that work, under that's your business, because you don't own the business actually owns you. So, but what's going to happen? People will be half worked because private participation in the, in the system of government may now be encouraged, but with so much commitment. I'm speaking from an economic view of the whole thing, not political. Now, so what I did, I checked, I look at myself as, okay, what's going to happen? The first thing that's going to happen, the conventional business will be restructuring. And if you look at it now, there may be a boom in some kind of like in telecommunications community, in the banking system, for instance, in the power sector. Yeah, of course, oil and gas will always be there. Yeah, so then maybe we may now start having some boost to agricultural activities, for instance. Now, so what's going to happen? Then you see that there will be increase in tariff, for instance. We have seen increase in fuel, right? And people are now struggling. So now the direct impact of fuel increment, removing the subsidy from the fuel, whatever, who do you think first impacted? The small scale business people. Imagine when you're running a computer center and all of that. Though the whole dole is still going to come back to consumers, but consumers have a choice to actually choose a close substitute because of the headache. But you can now see a consumer or a household that is only dependent on that particular business they were doing, that you are selling pure water, you're selling food, drinks, and all of those things in your shop, and then you are now having issues with lightning. Yeah. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so when you start having issues with lightning, so you are not able to pay your bill on time, or you are even subjected to the money you are spending, right? The money you are spending is bogus compared to what you are making, and you begin to struggle. So now, economically, the small scale, the low end people and all of that will struggle for a while. If the economy gets some boosters, some new investors coming in, companies coming in and all of that, they probably may have opportunity. Okay? They probably may have opportunity because if new investors coming in and take over some areas, then they begin to make more money. Now, so for me, for instance, don't say I tell you this, from all the agitation I'm looking at, if I were you, the companies that start, a new companies start springing up, like the private participations, for instance, in this power sector, now for the downstream and the regulations of power sector. And so what will happen? Now you're going to have private participation, but be ready to pay very high light bill. for instance, this one is Expo. So if you're a business person, you have a business place, for instance, that you use a lot of lighting and all of that. Maybe from all this agitation that by the 1st of July, something will happen and then tariff will go up on light. So if I were you, I would buy more token now. So those of you in the office, you have to prepare to buy token, probably that will carry you for more than, for instance, like, some of us, maybe you buy light token that carry you for like 5 months. So yeah, it's not strange. Like sometimes I look at my lights, might take like 5 months interval before the token will be. But sometimes I know that I load my meter just twice in a year, sometime, or 3 times in a year. So every that means every 4 months. All right. Sometimes just twice, or twice this following one, we enter to the subsequent year. So there may be a need if you have the capacity now. Don't say I tell you, this is just a kind of sentimental analysis based on what you are looking at in the economy. Now the best for me is that, light can be compact. You can't stop fuel now. Say, okay, let me buy and stop fuel. Like when we had that, subsidy was going to be removed, I knew that the market price was going to jack up. And so you can't stop fuel. So what should I do? But you know that if at the end of the deregulations and all the, removing this subsidy from the power sector and then making the private participation and state power generations happening, you have a lot of light, but you have to pay for it. So what's going to happen? If you already bought token, you have it stored. That is your own, that's your own riba, from just like the northern people say. That's your own riba. So what you do is you're going to see new companies coming up. So what is the implication of that new company coming up? That will boost the stock market, because that is services and all of that. Because some of those companies too, we want to raise funds, that will boost, So you have to now be checking companies that have correlations with the power supply or power generations companies and all of that. Yeah, it is true you have other alternatives to use solar and all of that. Yeah, they are good. They are just alternative, it cannot be compared to when you're using, the normal electricity. And in fact, to an extent, even when you have your solar, you are in a depth of maybe in a deep of rainy season. So you will still have need for the inverter to be charged fully and then to power it and just be alternating it through. So now we are looking at we are looking at the economy aspect of all of those things. So I'm not an engineer, I'm not a power generation consultant, but as far as we know, we talk about power generation, we talk about power distribution, we talk about power consumptions, and that's how to do power marketing. I think there are 4 segments in the power, the generations, distributions, and I think there's one other segment. Then before you talk about the marketing. So the marketing is actually what gives boost. So eventually, people are going to be looking for alternative, different things, and all of that. Then, however, a lot of people will still struggle. Now, let's now come to the fintech industry. Now, looking at the online system, we got an information, that there's going to be a tax on the crypto market or digital market, being in FOREX and all of that. So what do you now think? The first thing is this: people who had refused to settle down to learn basic and know how to navigate the financial market will suffer. Yeah, we got a hint, the House of Assembly making law to arrest anybody that doing Ponzi scheme or bring out the Ponzi scheme, which is a very welcome idea. Although Nigeria, because Nigeria will be very poor in this aspect, Africa to be very poor. And that's why, certain Ponzi scheme and all that, yeah, they can still be happening, bypassing and all of that. In America, it will be very difficult for them to set up all of those Ponzi schemes. But unfortunate thing is this: coming to Africa, they will just bring up Ponzi scheme and still like to some of us that the company is coming from US, even when you know that such thing cannot be permitted in US because of their laws, right? So what's going to happen now? Even in the legitimate system or the legitimate market system, when people refuse to learn. Okay, thank you very much. So now, when people refuse to learn about the whole thing around crypto, around the financial market, forex market, so what will happen? Now, let me use an instance. When they are going to bring the tax system for the crypto, am I against it? I have no business with it. They bring it, fine. But the point is that people who have not even solidified themselves to learn and make a lot of money, or that you can have money I'm not going to start talking. There are things I will not talk about on air about, it will be as if I'm a bad citizen to teach you how to, tax aversions and all of that. So, but there are things that no matter how you think you are setting up pattern to capture people, there are persons, I'm not saying they're above the law, but there are things they know that you do not know. They become an elder brother to you. That's just the truth. So, but the challenge is this. If you look at it, I've been telling people about open different exchange. I will bring exchange up. I tell people, use this exchange. People don't pay attention. Say, okay, now it's important for you to register on this exchange, verify your account, just have it. You know why? A time is going to come, those exchanges are going to be billed so heavily. And even when you are to come, they may charge you, it may not be too bogus, but they will charge you either you trade or not. Imagine you now want to open an exchange, they first tell you have to keep so a month, and then for a whole year, this is what you pay for renters. You may say, oh, I will not do it. Okay, conventional business, so how much do you think you can make there? So, but you already have it, they may treat you separately. These are the things that we always been telling people to settle down. And the other aspect in the crypto is when we talk about the farming. So I'm going to take them one after the other. So, but this should be a wake-up call for people to understand that, hey, we are going into a time where others will be shouting there's a casting down, and some that do really know their God will be strong and they will do exploit, and they say there's a lifting up. That's not the truth. You know, oh, this is bad, and all of that. For instance, I'm not saying we should be vagabond and be anyhow extravagant for spending, but let me tell you, even if we take fair price to 1,000 naira now, not even people who are probably stealing public funds, there are some persons who probably wouldn't know. Yeah, who wouldn't know. They just know that, okay, there's a change in it and all that. Let's use an example. People who fill their tank with, I know some of our tank filled with 10,000 naira before, or 15,000 naira before and all of that. We discover now you have to spend about 35,000 naira. You have to spend about 40,000 naira for such tank to be filled up properly. So now, if you are not building multiple streams of income, what becomes of you? You want to pick a taxi, you still get that heated there because they're going to tell you any drop, for example, any drop is 100 naira. Even if it's from here to here, it's 100 naira. You can imagine where you are going and your salary is just 40,000 naira, or your salary is 150,000 naira. And the transport you will take from your house to your workplace and return every day, you're going to spend an average of 1,200 naira or average of 1,500 naira. If you don't want to spend that, you have to be cutting corners and then, telling friends, please, can you drop me and all of that. So that's a wake-up call for everyone to sit down. And please, if you are listening to me or you watch the recorded version of this training, understand that Ponzi scheme will kill you slowly. I can tell you for free. Ponzi scheme will kill you slowly. I do not need to start mentioning names, but I'm sure most people now are now resting on some of those platforms they were making noise about. It's going to be listed in the New York Stock Exchange market, in NASDAQ and all of that. Look at Nigerian Stock Exchange. There are some places to tell me now, hey, this company is trading and all of that. I'll just go there and check. Today, everything is more decentralized than ever before. I can just go there and see if what you are saying is true or what you are saying is not true. I can quickly just go to check what you are saying. All right, to look for broker, I'll check the broker name. If you're telling me our broker is trading here and all of that, I can check everything and see who, and then there's a broker and all of that. Why? Because things are getting more fantastic these days than before. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so 4 cardinal area of our, special business combo. First, number 1 is the decentralized passive income. So our decentralized passive income hints from, it cuts across everything. It cuts across crypto, it cuts across, okay? Our decentralized passive income cuts across crypto and cuts across forex. And of course, you know that the tool we use for our decentralized passive income in forex is first of all EVERGREENFFX. So it's a tool. Please don't misunderstand it. So when you hear about EVERGREENFFX, it's not as if we they are being hired to market EVERGREENFFX. No, it's a tool that we use to take money from the forex market. But outside that, like I was saying, look at something happen. Let me quickly go to AUD card. If you're a forex trader, there's something I'll put into your mind now, if you are smart, is this. Now, most people have been lying to you about the forex market, and so where's my AUD card? AUD card. Good, this is AUD card. Now, if you're in Plan B, you saw that I told you that I was targeting how many bips? 300 bips, and I did it gently without stress. I said I was targeting 300 bips, and I stopped. And I said, if you look at it, last week, I told us that this was a war zone. Please, I'm not doing technical analysis, just to show you what we say. Look at what I wrote. I said, this is a war zone, meaning if it crosses here and I say flying bird, it will turn to flying bird, and then another small obstacle, and then the end of the flight. But the war zone, it couldn't fight the war. However, it now returned back. Now we are expecting that it will return back from here. If you can monitor, this is GDR, this is AUD card. It's a very slow pace move. It's not a volatile pace as such, if you're a forex trader, for instance. Now, we expect the guy to bounce from this touch line 0.896 or down, the worst case scenario. But once it breaks this, then it lost the strength again. So, but in my case, when I got up here, I've already exited. In fact, I remember one of our, community members, I just told him, for safety, exit the market now, right? As one guy who was following me on swing strategy entered the short, but for me, I just relaxed. I don't enter market anyhow. Now, even though my indicator have told me, look at this, my indicator, look at where they say, hey, guy, you know what? We are over here, and then we continue to go down. Look at it. This is, if you look at it here, let me just screen off this. Please, I'm not teaching technical analysis, just to give you certain fact. Can you see? Now, this guy turned red, down. We continue to go down, all right, till here. So people who scalp, of course, must have been buying. So imagine from May 4th, somebody have, sold, entered the sell positions till probably up until this point, May 31st. So from beginning of the month, that is almost 20-something days before he closes it. Why me that do not actually look for that? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, let's go here. All right, so let's go back. So me, that was not scalping it, I was not interested in the scalping. What did I do? Come over here. So what I did was to go here. Okay, so for me, what did I do? I just have to wait, okay? I just have to wait. So imagine after that, at the end of May, entered into it and stopped out on the 16th of June, which was even fast for me. This guy was not fast for him, but me was fast for me. So waiting and an exit. So other people quite could be still buying more, as it were, from here, or sell, and they are waiting. For me, I was not interested. I can only wait to see another buying entry. Now, I'm just showing us this, that's what we have in people to just make passive decentralized income. We have a platform called EVERGREENFFX to be taking money for us, right, in bits, and be putting it. For instance, what I make in a month, anytime I have good entry position, either for sell position or buy position, at the end of the month, actually used to be bigger than what EVERGREENFFX do. Can you imagine? Now, but you now ask me, Felix, why do you still down? Listen, because there are times in 3 months or in 2 months market may be going sideways and I will not see entry positions. So imagine for 3 months, no entry positions. What happened? Then the evergreen that have been doing little scalping, little in and out, may end up doing like 10%, 20% for me for that month. What happened? I can use that money waiting for the good entry position, either for my Forex or for my crypto. So, but mostly, you know that practically, as far as Plan B is concerned, that money that's going to be generating for me, we go for buying of coins. All right. So now that's why most of you, when you heard us, we talked about EVERGREENFFX is a cash flow system for us to be generating money. I think, let me just check if I can log in to show you, like today, what's the EVERGREENFFX probably must have done. So just a moment. So please, when you are coming in, and so are there risks associated with this thing? Yes, the risk of the fact that you can have a drawdown for a very long time. Yes, you can have a drawdown. So because most persons will tell you about business, but they won't tell you about associated issues, so that you prepare your mind, okay? You must prepare your mind so you don't start just getting, oh, this is the best company, this one will never happen, this one. That's not true. As far as the market is concerned, market is subjected to issues. Something can happen. The market could go, differently. The market could go south against your target. So you do not say, because somebody have told me that nothing can happen to my market for that. So why did not happen now? It's a wet building, so you can meet a lot of stumbling block, okay? So when you meet a stumbling block, don't kill yourself. So let me look at, if I can just bring out, for instance, what the EVERGREENFFX do for us, you know, every day, month, and all of that. And what does it take me to be part of the EVERGREENFFX? I think they have predominantly, they have two major type of boats. They have the giant boat and they have the GDI boat. So the giant boat will cost you $500 for a lifetime, and then $300 for a lifetime for GDI. So that means $800. I think they said they want to introduce the one that will trade gold. And equally, I trade gold. I follow my gold gently without trouble. So I follow my gold gently without trouble. But not many persons love to trade gold because they felt it's too volatile. And then for that, okay. Okay, so a zone where PRIX now is very strong zone for demand zone, but can still wait. Yeah, you have to still wait because you know, I don't scalp. So if it has to do with scalping, I just let the EVERGREENFFX do that for me. And that's one of the dimension that we should understand. Once you engage a company for something for you, so you channel your energy for other things, like you're swinging down, so that you can make much money and, you know, utilize your time. So let me quickly look at, I want to do this. Okay, let me see where I can put up this. Okay, so let's go this way. So that's number one thing about the evergreen. So the evergreen actually set a kind of, let me call it dual business. So it give us, number one, it give us passive income, and number two, it give us active residual income. So the passive income is based on the capital invested, right? So the passive income is based on capital invested, right? So let's go here. Good. I just want to, let me share with you. Let's share this with you. Let me share this with you. Okay, share. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, share. Share screen. Good. Yeah, share screen. Okay, so this is I want to show you guys the way EVERGREENFFX, both actually works. And then now I just engage it to be working. So this is EVERGREENFFX, for instance. And please, I have listened to a lot of people. So today, this account of $2,000. So today it has done $16, okay? So in Nigerian naira, that's over 12,000 naira already today. And if I look at it in 1 week, yesterday it is about $7 or thereabout. So in 1 week already has done about $237, $239. But last week was actually very profitable, right? So if you look at it, this is a month. So let's say in a month, this is a kind of $2,000, right? Has done $620, right? So $620 in 1 month, right? So now, because this account was trading on $1,000 before more money were added to it. So in 2 months, so let's say in 3 months, that has been about over $1,000, So now, if you look at it, you'll see that if you look at it, there's a withdrawal of about $1,335. The question you need to ask me, where has this money gone to? This money had gone to buy coins. That's the truth. This money had gone to buy coins, So there are some days, you see, this was, let's look at it. Yesterday, look at yesterday, June, coming. Let's just, yesterday, June, yesterday was 20, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, yesterday was 20, okay, yesterday was 19th. Sorry, 19th. Is that correct? Because today is 20th, tomorrow is 21st. So yesterday was 19th June, right? 2023. So the same thing. 19th June 2023. So let's look at it. So what it did yesterday was just $7, right? Last week, something around last week, let me check. Last week, let me see. Last week, Thursday, either Thursday or either Monday or so let's look at it. If I could just check last week. So let's look at last week, either 13 and 14. So last week, 13. Let me first look at Monday. Yeah, so let me first look at Monday. Last week, Monday was 12th. Okay, so let me first look at Tuesday. So Tuesday, 14th. All right, Tuesday, 14th, okay. So let's look at it. Are you kidding me? So you can see, look at it, was it correct? 13th of June. Okay, these are 2 days. 13th of June, so in 1 day, $133. That was massive that day. The other day again, so on the 14th, the following day, $61. So it happens that way, but you will see other days, some days may not have even any income because market gets, over, twisted here and there and all of that. So why am I showing us this? This is what we call diversification, okay? This is what we call diversification. So the passive income strategy. So one of the first is the evergreen. Now, the same evergreen provide opportunity for people to earn, right? It provides opportunity for people to now earn active residual income too. So the active residual income come in 2 ways. Number one way it comes in affiliate income. So where you build an affiliate, for instance, if I could log in here, just a moment. If I could log in here, so just come in. So it come on affiliate, this guy, blah, 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 here. So I'm not going detail about this, just to go show you an aha effect of how you need to wake up and help yourself out and be independent to build your personal economy. If you do not build your personal economy, I can tell you, with the way the economy is going, you may struggle. You may struggle. Okay? You may struggle. So things are more independent, decentralized. So you are supposed to be in your house and build income for yourself. So this is like affiliate income now. So if you look at this account, so that's made $570 something, and then it's building the affiliate where that's going to the third level, where it's going to make $1,500 for that. Now, the good thing is this, it regenerates income for me because of building, the affiliate. Then the other aspect is where you can make what we call rebate income. So because you have people who their income, they are trading and they're connected to you. So the advantage of when you are in EVERGREENFFX to make use of a particular broker and give to your member is the fact that your member now, number one, if they have issues, you can easily attend to it. Because one of the greatest, and where sometimes when they come to EVERGREENFFX, when they talk about Anzo Capital, they say, why Anzo, why Anzo? Why Anzo is the fact that why Anzo is the fact that we can access a support that are so fast to listen to us and help us to do what we ask them to do for us. Because when you are picking a broker, of course, that will be a lesson or training for another day, right? Where people can learn why and how to select broker, either exchange platform of crypto or broker on Forex, okay? So you must, as a matter of fact, understand how should I go about picking a broker, right? So picking a broker is important. And so you don't just select broker anyhow. We have people who have picked some broker that at the end of the day, they have so much issues around it. You may want to listen to some testimonial about Anzo Capital we've used, and that's why we're using it, not because we want to just make you to use it, okay? So you may want to listen to some of the, what do I call it? Some of the testimonial about Anzo Capital. So just quick one. This is Able Man.
My name is Julius Osifu, Simplicity. My experience with Anzo Capital has been wonderful. Like, as my mentor said, they say result and meet easy. My experience with them has been top notch, very flexible, and they have been giving me the results. Withdrawal has been perfect, deposits, wonderful. And I've used the opportunity introducing people to Anzo Capital based on the way they make things easy for me. The support guys, they are wonderful. Connection to my boats, very easy. BSWAP, easy compared to what I've experienced with other products. They are one of the best. Thank you very much. My name is
okay, so you can see some of the factors why we have to do what we do, and why you have reasons and then experience and all of that. You may want to listen to my own experience too about Anzo Capital.
Wow. Anzo Capital is a very fantastic broker, and my encounter with Anzo Capital has been fascinating, even to my own community. In fact, the kind of support system we have in Anzo Capital, apt, prompt, and again, when we talked about withdrawal and then the spread, it's so amazing. And for me, Anzo Capital is my optimal broker in the whole world. I can recommend that to anyone because my encounter with Anzo Capital has been awesome. Without hype, without gimmicks and trying to sweet talk anything, it's a personal encounter I've had. And of course, I have a good number of people you've made them down and tell you how fantastic Anzo Capital has been. To me, Anzo Capital, number one and second to them.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so that's just one of the things that you want to select in broker and all of that. So I make rebate income, and so this serves as another passive income strategy, providing services. This is better than when you are promoting all of those Ponzi scheme of ROI system, but people use things and they benefit from the usability, and then you get paid. So So that's one of the aspects. So you can make money in diverse ways and all of that. So the decentralized income, so you can reach out to whoever that invited you for our trainings and take their link and you get signed up. And of course, your, evergreen, so we can make average of 15, 10, 20 to 40% on a monthly basis, from your equity. And then you can build affiliate to still make insane money and all of that. So then that's one aspect. I'm not going to detail about how much, what is the percentage you can make, when you refer a friend. I think when you refer a friend, you're going to make about 30% of whatever, the package they pick. If they pick giant, so 30% of 500 is 150. You can see it's crazy. Okay, so now the next is that, I told you, look at what I say here. I say I'm still making money daily, even if the market is down. So EVERGREENFFX make purely passive income. So we talked about it. Now, I will not go by not letting you know about Endotech Daisy. Those of us who have been in Planb for many years, we know that we participated on the Endotech Daisy in 2021. And of course, the battle with so many things, the trial by error. But one of the key things that make us to get connected to Endotech Daisy was not just because of Daisy as a platform, but because of Endotech as an AI. Now, before this AI noise people are making today now, Endotech had been on AI. And some of us who have used it, we understand what it is. Like me, specifically, as maybe one of the strongest, addicted follower of Planb, Mr. Simplicity, we know the benefit we enjoy in Endotech, not only because of the money we made. Some people can be disappointed about things, but because they do not really know, the things of value that they got. The things of value are me, personally, Mr. Simplicity, and one other person who subscribed to Endotech in our community was beyond money, was beyond the money. It is only when we now refuse to utilize it. So, Mr. Simplicity, we're going to utilize that golden opportunity we got by being part of Endotech. So other people look at the money they made, but we saw things that it's difficult for you to use money to buy what we got, through Endotech. And so now, if you are listening to me and you are there, because I just discovered that sometimes when people come into Planb newly, there are things they didn't hear. And so we have to make it. That's why this Tuesday is to narrate some of those opportunities that you just come, because a lot of people, when you come to Planb, and be cautious, please, always ask people, what do we do in Planb? Please, it's important. And I will tell you, please, it's important when you come to Planb and people are just introducing to nonsense, go back to this. This is our ecosystem. Planb ecosystem, Planb Express ecosystem, entrepreneurship department that is doing trend skills training, digital marketing, affiliate marketing, hybrid farming, healthy lifestyle. You can see we have not talked about farming. I do farm. So we want to learn more about farming and strategy. So healthy lifestyle. Now, healthy lifestyle does not mean, I'm a nutritionist and I tell people about, healthy, what you should do to live healthy better than then family reorientation, one of the greatest challenges today in the world, educational research and career development, e-commerce. So when all these things start unfolding, why do we actually want our people to understand it? So that those gimmicks people are playing. I remember when one Ponzi scheme came and they talked that they were doing e-commerce. And because what we have taught Planb people, I remember Mr. Simplicity would just say, this is a scam. Why? Because factor A, factor B, factor C. Why? From what I have learned, like what possible for what we have touched, for what we have had and what our hand has handled. So we know this and we cannot be victim of it and all of that. Then the Crypto Academy, of course, all of those things we do. Congratulations. We're running, and by tomorrow, 12 noon Nigerian time, then the promo will be over. Imagine all our subscription fee, both the private mentorship, Be With Me, we're running 60% off. Imagine private mentorship is $5,000. If you want to be part of it, you ought to pay $5,000, but 60% off is $3,000 off. You're paying $2,000. That's crazy. I don't think it can ever happen. Then the Be With Me is $1,500 yearly. You have to pay $600 and off $600. That's crazy. And then you see all the things we do. So when you come and people don't start telling you about about knowledge and what ought to do, and what they're just telling you, hey, come and register with me and get this and all of that, the person is not a Planb partisan. They are institutes that do not have root, to be very candid. So please be careful when you encounter such persons. So arm yourself with this. So the Endotech Daisy, so I just hope I could see Daisy platform. So you are here, you can contact with your friends that connected you. DAISY is another platform right? DAISY is another platform. Now, this is what one lovely thing about DAISY. When they started was on crypto, and then very soon now they are going to add up back to crypto because, of course, when the market of crypto, the bull run start running. Now, last year, April, I'm sure, last year, April was when they moved money to Forex. Imagine moving money to Forex. If the account you left it compounding, you will have done 978% in a year. But if you don't, you will have done about 807%. Maybe, Joe, you are withdrawing and all of that. 807% in a year. That's crazy, right? A year, 807%, maybe you're compounding and all of that. If you look at it now, that's why we say building wealth. Now, if you say 807%, which of course past result does not guarantee, the subsequent one, just like how past failure may not be a kind of headache against the subsequent achievement. So, but I look at it, 807%, yeah, 807% divided by 12 months, that's about 67%. So 67% per month. I'm not saying this is a guarantee for the subsequent one, but what I told people is that if you have a place where you can be doing, even if it's 20% per month, and the 20% per month, genuinely, now this is more of semi-decentralized. Why do I call it semi-decentralized? Because it's a crowdfunding project. So you crowdfund your money to DAISY, and then that money is locked with Endotech. But the good thing is that you are now making the passive income, you can always collect it back to your wallet. Second aspect is you can still build a network system. Like some of us have more than, right? And so what do? You can build the network structure and still make passive income. I remember on weekly basis, on some of our accounts, we make about maybe $20, $30, $50 every week. Just another money has entered. I just withdrew $18 not long. Sorry, this is crazy. What's going on? Is there an error? Was there an error somewhere? So sorry. So now you can now see this is diversification. Okay. Now you can say, okay, let me allude about. You can say you want to allude about. Let's call it $1,000, or you want to get it best bet $1,600 to this place. So when you allude it, am I? So I just pick out about $18. Look at it. I just pick out about $18. Was it yesterday from this place? Why? So on a weekly basis, making average of $25, $30 on this. Look at it. I just pull out, look at it. Yesterday, I just pull out $18.44. So if you put $18.44 with this now, plus $12, so $18.44. So 12.98 plus 18.44. So that's about $31. So let's call it $30 every week. So $30 multiplied by 4 weeks, that would be average of $120. So in Nigerian currency, let's say 750 naira, right? So that would be average of 90,000 naira, just a passive residual income. Just because this is one of my wallets, just because I'm not building to that extent, but what people are building, and where this money is one aspect of the income. What is the aspect? That people who are making money, they make withdrawal from their forex or crypto earning. Then there's a fee, just like a rebate. This is like a rebate income now. So there's a fee that these people pay, and then you are being shared with. Now, there's another money you earn every 6 months. Now, the last one we earned now, was it October? So that means the next one now should be June, or was it December? Something, I can't really recall. But that should be maybe around June, or maybe by April again. I can't really. As I say, it's not an error. All right. So now, so that is, so in DAISY, you can actually start maybe with as low as $200. But of course, I will always want, you want to be serious, at least $200 tier one, $200 tier one, $400 tier two, something like that. I don't just get it again. Forgive me. But if you want to, okay, $200 tier two, right? Yeah, something like that. Okay, $400, a $200 tier one because like combo. So 200, 200, and here 400. So 200, 200. So this 200, 200, 400. Yeah, so 800. So maybe 400 minimum or 800 minimum or 1,600 minimum, stuff like that. You want to do that. Why not? You can do that to do contributions and, you know, like that. So why I'm doing this is to teach us that opportunity abound in the space. So this is the easy endotech structure where money can still become, you can see now, okay, let me do something. I can pick out that money in your presence, pick out that money in your presence, and within a few seconds, yeah, we get to your wallet. Okay, so let me just pick it out. So go here. So when we tell you that making $1 per minute, we are not mistaking place. We are telling you raw truth. So, but you can't start in just one day because that's one of the error people make. When they come to Plan B, I will tell you making $1 per minute. It's all okay. Which company am I going to invest? We don't do that, Jazz. We don't do that, Jazz. We invite you to learn and understand how we build portfolio. So you can now be making money, right, on a regular basis. So look at it. This is 12 point something $. I'm going to take it out. Thank you. So I'm going to take it out now. It wouldn't take me more, it won't take me up to 5 minutes for it to land in my wallet because it's a smart contract. Yeah. Now, what do I do? Imagine if I need to buy any coin now. This is just $12. So if I grab that $12 from another $12 to another $12, money has come, and then I buy the coin. That's why we say when you are in crypto and you have not really understood how money are made in different portions, then you are killing yourself. All right, so then the farming, Otron, and let me just go to Otron, WIGOSWAP. We have a lot of farming. Come on. Money made in this space is fantastic. We are making money. It's not mouth. We're not making mouth about this. Okay, the farming. So you have the Utron. So let me just open Utron. And there's a caution I'll give to you. Utron swap. Where are you? Make sense? Yeah, Utron swap. Now, there's a sentiment we have in Plan B. I'm sorry, we're not doing this to stereotype anyone. Please be careful. This is not to stereotype anybody. In Plan B, when we come into a platform, the first thing we check is that are there opportunity for us to make money independently without doing marketing? Yes. Oh, fine. Is it really with service and genuine money making that there's an economy? Because listen, when they say you can make money without referring people, that's not enough. What is important is that if you're telling me I'm going to make money without referring anybody, what will my money be engaged in? If it's all those crappy, bring your money to one wallet, and then that wallet will be paying you, doing what? Is the wallet, involving in liquidity or farming and all of that? So these are another knowledge you need to learn. So we now, if you look at in the Utron, it's a layer 1 blockchain. And if you look at the liquidity that have been provided in this company, you'll be amazed, okay? You'll be amazed of what's happening in the system. So now we do farming and look at the farm. Now, there are other segments of this platform. Other segments of this platform are, the people who invest on the Mavi. Now, they are marketing. Fine. There's nothing wrong in marketing. But in Plan B, since we have a culture that the first thing we check as what makes us to get involved in any company is opportunity to make passive income. Now, the active residual income, if it's not flexible, we are not moved. If you look at what I just showed you on Daisy now, I have built this Daisy many years back. I can't remember how many people joined me this year or last year, but just because I built it once and for all. Imagine if I built it aggressively. I have a friend in South Africa now, Tutu, I'm sure he may be online watching me, in Tutu. He's doing fantastically well. Why? Educating people and people, flexibly making money from that. Then you can make affiliate income. It's better to make affiliate income with rest of mind than collecting from Peter to pay Paul. That is robbing Peter to pay Paul. So we build, so it's on that note you may hear us in Plan B talking much on the farming. Look at different farmings you can do. Look at it, look at different farming. So you want to know much about farming. We talk much about the farming in Plan B than the marketing. So you may come to Plan B and we may not talk so much about Mavi. That does not mean that we do not have a account there. But the one that's so concerned to us is the farming. Number one, the farming is flexible. Number two, the farming is progressive. Number one, we are growing in the price and we are growing in the accumulation, not just only the ULS, with the pairing coin. Imagine if I do not have enough Matic now and I buy Matic, exactly the price is down now. I buy Matic and I buy ULX. I'm going to pair them together. As long as they are locked there for me, that means I have ULS and I have Matic, and it will be generating ULX for me. So let's say it take another year and ULS now come to $2 or $3 or $4, and Matic come to $2 or $4, $5. That means I've stored my Matic as a holding portfolio. I'm not going to talk so much about that. So this is Utron. You can do the farming. It's crazy. The first thing you have to bridge. If you want to learn how to do that, you have to contact us, or whoever is your leader that invites you to this training, or wherever you are watching the video from, you can chat up, with me if you're on my YouTube channel, or you can go to the, the checkbox or the chat box down below and take the link and probably chat up with me, probably on WhatsApp, or come to our forum. But the most important thing, whoever share the video with you, ask them, how do I go about it? Now, you may ask, oh, these things are too many. Yes, that is spread, diversification. But your diversification is not, don't put your egg in one basket. If you are doing 1, 2, 3 different Ponzi schemes, you are just killing yourself. I know some persons now, from January to now, they have done 10 Ponzi schemes. That is not diversification. Be careful. Be careful. Very, very important. That's not diversification. That is, you are just killing yourself. It's not diversification, it's called dissipation. You're only dissipating your energy on different places where you may not be able to harvest anything. So we have WIGOSWAP. So I'm going to go very fast now. We have WIGOSWAP, we have Utron, as we have the staking, as we have the farming, that's how we have the staking, where you just put I think you can still have 10 or 90-something% on the staking. It's called ULX scan. Okay, if you go to check ULX scan, yes, coming up, ULS scan. So you want to do the staking. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong for you to do staking at the back office, but I always love, when I have to do with farming, staking, I don't like to be entangled. I love to be independent so that I can make my decision. If I want to exit, I can exit. So ULS scan is another where you just pick your coin, put it there, and do what? Called staking, right? So look at staking. So you can do staking epoch by epoch. It's another. If you're in Plan B and you're complaining or being broke, then something is actually wrong. It's like one of my friends told me, he said, if you're in Plan B and you are broke or feeding your family is still your major problem, he said many things are wrong. It's either you're unteachable, maybe you have spirit of pride, or there's a spare. Because if you are not teachable, you will be chasing shadow while things are happening. So the next is the DeFi game. One of the major ones we have been doing is Drip Network. So let me quickly pick up that as I move to the next thing. So Drip Network is another fantastic project we've been doing, but it's deflammatory. So it's different from the flexible. Why we did it is not because it's flexible, but it's deflammatory. We want to learn about crypto that is deflammatory, you can understand. It's limited in supply, yet it's burning, okay? So it's burning. So with the way it's burning, if you position yourself very well, you can do crazy things. And now we set a goal for ourselves. So if you do not know, maybe you didn't hear I said it, you hear now, I'm repeating it. Our goal when the price of this drip was cheap, our target was that if we can just have 100 drip in our lock FAUCET, so that we can be making 1 drip every day. Yeah. But when the price came down, we say, okay, we increase to 1,000 drip so that we can maybe 10 drip every day. Then, but when the price came down, the last benchmark we had was 10,000. Yeah. That's so that we can make 100 drips every day. Now look at the calculation. The calculation is very simple. What we did is that, so this is Drip Network. I quickly just go there. This is Drip Network. We said, if you build up to 10,000 drip, right, in a wallet, you can drop to the other wallet. You create another account. That's what we've been doing. Even when the price is down, you create another wallet to now be doing the FAUCET again in another wallet. Now, look at the calculation. The target is this. Like, look at this, an example of a wallet. Now, this wallet now says, okay, this is, the drip is, okay, is almost getting to its own target. Now, to start now, create another wallet, since the price is down. So the only activities we are permitted to be doing is to be what? Compounding, which is called hydrating. Now, if you want to be part of the drip, of course, you have to ask your, your person who invited you or who shared the link with you or who sent you this video so that you can be part of it. So now you give you a link, but you need to have BNB in your wallet. And then, of course, it's going to tell you the routine on how to go about it. So now once the link is given to you, you do that. Now, once this guy gets up to my target now, once this guy gets up to 10,000, I will compound, but I will do more of airdropping to another wallet, right? I will do more of airdropping to another, maybe before the week runs out now, because this is 9,700. So the target, you can look at the target. The target we're looking is that since the market price of this token is still cheap, it's about 30 cents now, we say, okay, if you can have up to 10,000 of it in a wallet that you are on the FAUCET, for instance, we now say, okay, if you have 10,000, right, 10,000, that means you are going to be making 100 every day. So if you make 100 every day, we say, okay, the target is that the price of this coin had been up to $170 before. We say, if you can be making 100 and the coin just managed to go to $10, so it will now be 100 times 10 in a day. So that will give you $1,000. So in a month, that will give you $30,000. Now listen, this may not happen regularly. It may be when the price just up. You know, there will be a time the price just up and it's still there for a while and ranging from $10, $10, $15 in that order. But on the average, just $10 on the average. That means $30,000. That time you can now say, let me be cashing out. You cash out, and then when the price go down again, so you now see you are in the market perpetually, even when the market is down. At that time, you are cashing out. When the price now down, you open more wallets, right? You open more wallets to now create momentum. So what happened? Sometimes you may have emergency need. Let's say somebody who have this wallet now, the person who have this wallet now is having 9,700 token, right? And the price is cheap. So the price is just how many cents? Let's look at it. The price is just about how many cents? 29 cents. Okay. So let's say this person is in need of money, very much in need of money. So this is 9,700 pieces of drip. So it's going to be making 97. So, right? It's going to be making 97 drip. So 97 drip every day. To multiply by 30 days, it's going to be making 2,910. So multiply by 0.929, sorry. That's about, that's not true. That's really cool. You said 97, right? 97 multiplied by, multiplied by 30 days. That's about 2,910 multiplied by 0.29 cents. That's about $800. Wow. So let's cut it that it could go down to even 20 cents. I love that. So if it go to 20 cents or 25 cents, so let's say, so that's 2,910 multiplied by, go to 25 cents, 0.25. That's to be 7. I want something that will come back to $500. So 0.20 multiplied by 2910. I want something very, so that would be about $582. So if you are in Nigeria, 750, I don't want to go to 760. So that would be about 400,000 naira. That is on one wallet of one segment of your, business combo. Yeah. I Joshua, I don't know. Look at it. It's here. This is the new this is the new portal. I know about it. All right. So this is crazy, right? This is crazy and super amazing. And the new portal, just like I was saying, there are so many things happening on the new portal where you can do, well, I will not need to go too much about that aspect now, where you can do a whole lot of things, your drip garden, your drip, you want to, the animal farm is there, the FAUCET is there, the, what do you call this one for me? Talked about the fiat on ramp, and then so many things are already on the system, and then it's getting more crazier day by day, all right? So this is on drip. Now, you can now see that if somebody tells you that it's plan B and is complaining that something is not working, is actually, it's a problem for him. So then on the trading and the affiliate, so you can OKEX, BYBIT, BINANCE, and timely airdrop. There's one thing I just added now. Let me quickly open STORMGAIN. So if you're on our forum, I'm going to send a STORMGAIN to you. I'm sure anybody in Plan B should have STORMGAIN. Okay, we have EVULU. EVULU is another crazy thing. I'm sure those of you who saw what happened to EVULU, I hope you bought. And even the Aliyah, they may start get pumping because of some activity. So EVULU is another crazy, farming, BSWAP. So we have a lot of things. We have crazy platforms and opportunity that could. So let me just set up and show you something that you can be playing with. I love playing with productive things. So STORMGAIN, let me show you. Can play with STORMGAIN. Let me see if I can just log in here and show you some crazy thing about STORMGAIN where you can play around. So quite unfortunate that people don't pay up attention to opportunity that will have helped them, and that's why they complain. This thing is not working. This is crypto is hard. This you can't make money in crypto. You cannot continue to make money. It's just for a season. Who told you? Because you refuse to learn. People refuse to learn, and that's why it's not working. I invest so amount in crypto. The unfortunate thing I will tell you with all boldness is that most people claim to have invested in crypto and lost their money. They were investing in Ponzi scheme. Yeah, they were investing in Ponzi scheme. And when you tell them, they don't listen. They tell you, no, the one you are saying is too slow. I cannot invest in such thing. When will I make my money? That's why you are wasting your money. There is not that hype that people are telling you, you're going to make this amount, that's not true. Okay? That's not true. Yeah, so let me come up here. Oh, this thing is not working. Oh my God. Oh my God. All these crypto things are not good. Who told you? So let me just show you something here. 130,910,473. Okay, so just a moment. I needed to just bring up this guy up here now. Okay. So you have something to play around with. So you have a lot of things to play around with. Okay, so let me stop this guy here. You're welcome. Okay, so there we go. Share. Okay, so there we go. Start sharing. Okay, so share. It's okay. Yes, Zoom share. All right, so there we go. So I want to show you, this is STORMGAIN. Okay, I have a running trade on it already. So now they have an application called farming. So you can be playing with it. So if you register on STORMGAIN, so every day you can, every 4 hours, you can always touch, if you come to look at this like hammer, always touch it, and then you generate. Once it's up to like $10, you can withdraw it. So when you start, maybe it may take you like up to close to 2 weeks or 1 month to generate $10. Now, when you generate it, you can't pick out the money. Look at what you can do. That money can be transferred to your main account where you will now trade. When you trade, you can make money from that. So whatever profit you make can be withdrawn, but that money. So I've seen people who generate the mining on the STORMGAIN and make up to some reasonable amount of money. and start, trading with it, where you can even BSC. So where STORMGAIN too can even give you signal and tell you some analysis, look at where tell this person to buy at this point. Okay. So look at it. Sorry, just a moment. Yeah. So look at it here, where you say buy. So after the buy, the person has been able to, yeah. So you can always do all of those things and then help yourself. Look at if you buy from here, you can sell and all of those things. Okay. So most time people don't pay attention to opportunity around them. So they just start complaining it's not working and all of that. So, but you can be playing here now and be making money. Yeah. They just want people to be in their community where they encourage you and all of that. So the same thing like we've been telling you people about, what's it called? Go here. OKEX, that you can still use your OKEX. One of the lovely things about OKEX is this: you can have in cluster, your wallets and your exchange. So you can, your wallet is DEX. So your money there, you can be easily moved to your, for instance, if I want to move this money, to say send, for instance, I can just go to exchange. So one jump shop, just send it, and then send the money, and then trade. When I trade and make money, I send it back to wallet. So that if the exchange have problem, I can slave the wallet back to any external wallet, Web3 wallet, and pick up my money and all of that. So to have safety, right? So all of those things are important aspects where we encourage people to settle down and learn and use tools. There are so many tools around that can help us to make money, and then you do not need to give your money to third party. Right. So ladies and gentlemen, I think we have so much things around that can help you to make money, a cash flow system for you. So OKEX, STORMGAIN, your BYBIT and all of that, all of those things are available for you to use them freely. So the last is COINW. Those of you who want to trade, future trading and all of that, I've told you, sign up on COINW. And then what does actually COINW do? Is going to help you to, with signals and some other more detailed trainings to where you can get signals, buying. And one of the craziest thing around the COINW is that it has a rebate too. So every trade you make and the fee you are paying, they are paying you percentage on it. And so for every people you share the opportunity with, whatever percentage of rebate they pay, you get income on that. Yeah. So that, I think, to me is amazing, because you are providing a service, interaction, orientations, and all of that, connecting people to the right place, and then you're making money. Oh, this coin here start moving because I actually bought into it when I come in. That's optimal. All right. So now you'll be able to make money on different platforms while people are benefiting from it. Now, so not everything you do that probably will have affiliate. If it doesn't have affiliate, that's not a problem. It's still for the healthy growth of your ecosystem, of the people around you. Because if every time what you're coming to do, anything that does not have a referral platform, you don't talk about it to your people, that means you're wicked. And I can tell you for free, if you let your people learn to get understanding about opportunity around them that can give them money, what is a referral affiliate stuff? What is a network marketing stuff? And people are, and that's why I will still say it tomorrow. When it's an affiliate, you can use it in crypto. But when it has to do with network marketing, I can tell you, boldly speaking, the network marketing that will work, MLM platform that will work, has to do with retailable product. That's why you see that all those supplement companies works, because product have to move out of warehouse and it's legal. But all of those platforms, FOREX, ROI schemes, crypto ROI scheme, call all manner of names, and then when one person joins, they pay you 50% of his money. Then what happened to the person's money? Where is he going to recover the money from? What are they going to do with the money? How many real business will be so lackadaisical like that? So Those are the things that people refuse to pay attention to. And when you tell them, settle down, learn, this is how we do things, this is how we operate, people find it difficult to wait and listen, right? So opportunity abound, you're making a lot of money, you're helping yourself to build your wealth. And it's on that note, once you have generated income here, this is how I do my thing. Making money from your cash flow, you now start building your portfolio, hybrid swing low caps, and then low gem hunting, opportunity coins and dot sales, and then personal stock investing. So when you are building all of this aspect, now to buy into some stock and just keep, let me look, I think I showed a stock this morning, and that was MTN. Was it MTN? Yeah, MTN, and I was on a stock. I checked, that is local stock for that matter, not even international stock. And I check another stock, massive thing it has done. But people kept saying, oh, the bank is not a good business and all of that. So when you are building yourself, you can easily look for money. And because stocks is for security, it's a backup for you, right? As a backup for you, you can buy some stock, keep it for 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. But while it's being kept, you are enjoying dividend on it. And at the same time, if you want to now sell when the market is now favorable, you make money. So, but people are not ready to pay rapt attention to what really works. So people just want to do jamboree. No, wealth are built. So you have to consciously build it and now, be able to tell yourself the hard truth. So those of you in Nigeria, you think that I can tell you, if you observe from now to next year, 2025, so many Nigerian stock may do well. So why not? So those of you outside the country, and that's why we're working on Admirals. The moment Admiral domesticates the stock markets for stockbroking in Nigeria and all of that, then you are now doing both the foreign stocks in one jump stock. That's going to be a massive. And of course, you can do copy trading on it and all of that. So who knows? Planb may be providing some copy trading. Well, who knows? Then you can be making a lot of money on that. So please, ladies and gentlemen, all these are important, and that's how business are being built for you to make money. So let's look at Bitcoin, and then, the guy, we just wanted Bitcoin, good. Bitcoin is forming a very good move. But in this conference, if I'm able to break this conference, so you can say, okay, Bitcoin could go to $28,000. Now, for the fact that you go to $28,000, if you're unable to break that, so we still come down. So, but we want to see Bitcoin at $28,000, maybe between now and weekend, and then break that. So we have a lot of layer by layer of resistance for Bitcoin, and then as soon as we come up there, we can have a good support. But see, we're still okay with where we are on Bitcoin, because the support of $26,000 or $25,800 thereabout is still okay for us, and then stuff like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, so you can now see people who struggle in the market is that when you are predominantly only one side of the market. Okay, somebody say, good afternoon, please, which app can I use to buy Nigerian stock? There are many of them, but I'll give you one now. There are many of them you can use, but I'll give you one right here. You can use worth.ng, okay? Worth.ng. So then if you are still connected with us, we're going to be doing a lot of workshop on Admira by next month. And so both online and offline, but in Port Harcourt. So Admira's too is going to be including local stock over time. So, but you can use worth.ng. I think, let me just log in if I can still see. So you can now see that you can be in Nigeria, or you be in your house without going to the stock exchange floor or calling any stockbroker that will tell you that, let me send you the CSCS before I can sell for you because this thing is the time. And then take another 1 week, the following week, say we have not finished processing. And you wouldn't even know that stockbroker are already inactive. You would know that some of them are already inactive, and then it just started. I think this guy, okay, my MTN stock, I think it was $274 Naira last week. I didn't even check. Okay, so look at it. This is worth.ng. Okay, so this is where.ng, okay? So you can see different stock. So you can use the app, you can download the app, it's free. You're not charged to download the app. So you can see the markets, you can go to the stock. So you can go to the marketplace. Okay, so you can go to the marketplace, right? You can see the stock markets. Okay, so you can see the stock markets. So this Transcorp, I told the person to sell last week. If the person have not sold, because I observed an optimal move and a retracement, but the strength of it is still very big. The Transcorp, but I think I saw at 350 naira, and many do not know that was happening. In fact, as far as so many persons are concerned, Nigerian stock market was dead. They didn't know. And I tell people what you don't know is your elder, it's very, very your elder brother. So you can see, so it needed to break up this, and I saw it very down. So people bought at 1 naira 41 kobo. So you can see the first move at 3 naira, I think I sold, then came down 1.8 something, then later 2.6, and then there you are, it is now. So this is a very good support for it. And so even if it trade down maybe to 3 naira again, or 3 naira 7 or 6 kobo, may continue to move up. So for anyone who sold at 3.5, actually saw at 3.5, and then waiting for maybe 3.12, so 3.09, then so the next move can now say, okay, let's see what's going to happen to the next move. A lot of things are happening on it now because of the fundamental of I think the wife of Tony Elumelu, I think, pumping how many billion naira into it, and now they become the fourth. I think they are the top shareholding on it. Let me check. Yeah. Let me check. Okay. It's just good to be, even when you don't want to learn so much, just stay connected to source of information. Tony Melu bought this is billion or something. Transcorp. Then the wife of business has become transnational present third largest shareholders in the statement by Transcorp released in NGX was announced in the annual this unit of as that. So think over how many billion. So people didn't know, and that was what that's what pumped the stuff. And before people wake up, it just revamp up, and then so we just have to like take up whatever, pay 5.34 billion for Transcorp share. Family now controls 35.8. It's crazy, right? So there are a whole lot of things that people, the macroeconomy, actually give you opportunity to see. And then, okay, how do we know a good stock? Well, that's where the issue comes, and that's why you need to learn. So there are a whole lot of things around it. Just like I've said, a lot of people say, oh, the market is not good again. And the point is that, just like the scriptures say, the vain talkers, that the amount need to be stopped. There are too many everywhere. And just because they want to sell their Ponzi scheme to you, they just now, and they wouldn't even know that what you needed was not actually their Ponzi scheme. You actually needed something better, lighter, settled, and all of those things. But I mean, yeah, okay. So it's so important, and people don't actually pay up attention to all of those things. So it's a knowledge you have to learn. And most times, those things I actually bring out to the public place about the stock market or the financial market. I can tell you for free that, like, if you have a stockbroker that is in the house, may not be happy with what I'm just making available publicly. Because sometimes those are the things that you pay for consultancy for. You have to pay all of those things. And of course, they're not going to give you those details, because if they give you all those details, okay, if they give you all of those details, you won't come back. Sometimes they do training for only one workshop. Everybody is paying 100,000 naira for the entry. And they do that to give you a cup of tea, and then they are done. Just tell you some stock, what to buy, just give you a recommendation. And I can tell you, I think somebody in our class in Port Harcourt, this batch that are still running training, I think they will write exam on Saturday. And then when we're talking about the stock was when he has to ask his her stockbroker and said, this stock went up, and you didn't tell me. Transcorp, and I need money. And he said, I'm sorry. So he said, I'm sorry. And so, of course, he's sorry, he's going to say, and not more than that. That's why to be aware of these things are very, very important. People need to be aware. People need to be informed. People need to get direct information and help themselves. Okay? So if you have questions, I think I'll wrap up now. Any question you can type on the chat box again and ask me. And then if you want to unmute yourself, why not? I think you have the power to unmute yourself now, because we're done with major things. So, but understand that building wealth is not just money making. You'll be gradual, you'll be systematic, you help yourself to tell yourself the raw truth, so that you don't become victim of circumstances. And of course, like I've always shared with people, you need, even either you're a technical analyst or not, you need to at least have basic knowledge of how to navigate the TradingView, you know, so that some things where you get the fundamental, you quickly look at it. Why will I need to buy? Like some people who understand what we call the structure of the market and all of that, you know, critical or key areas of the market. And then you saw a coin, you know, for anybody who probably part of the people that is still in the class previously now, we know that, oh, this one is a good buy, you know, certain factor tell them, okay, it's a good buy. All things being equal, it could just at least rally up the next resistance. Now, where you are now checking what we call 3 key points or 3 key levels and thereabout. So before you decide to make a market and all that. So if I'm buying a coin like this, then I'm buying a coin something like this. Let me check. I'll see a coin that have moved very well yesterday. Stacks, STX, stacks. Where are you? Yeah, stocks, I think, has moved very well. Okay, so imagine, so in between that one and this, why will I buy this? If I'm buying this now, this is like you are FOMO in, because you expect that at the end of the day, these guys will be taking some retracement and all of that. So, you know, and I saw another one, Safe Path token, SFP. Yeah, so Safe Path token, it should be hitting its resistance. Good. So imagine, so in between this and that other one, so I would rather want to go for this, but what are the factors? Because you already have learned, you know, you already learned the basics. Now to understand that, okay, there should be a particular area of interest, which we call the support to resistance. And of course, you want to understand the trend. Not to learn too many things about the market. Number one, you want to learn this. You want to learn this. You want to understand this trend, uptrend, or a downtrend. Yeah. Then you want to learn what? You want to learn area of value, critical area of value. Yeah, critical area of value. These are very fundamental. Critical area of value, you want to learn, okay, this one, for instance, BAM, for instance, here, all right? Or you want to learn here, just like this. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3. So you can take PAM here, right? Change it to red. Yeah. So something like that. So these are area of value. And why do I need to say area of value? That's when you now begin to say, what do you mean? So this now become a resistance, this one become a support. So you want to learn, number one, the trend, is it up or down? Number two, area of value. This is area of decision where people now decide to buy or to sell. So that's where you derive your support and resistance, which is what we call the market structure or key levels. Then you want to look at the price, as it were. That's the price action. You know, is the market bullish or bearish with the price action and all that? These are the summary of it, but people don't want to pay attention and learn. And of course, when they even learn, they learn haphazardly and think that they've gotten everything. A Rome was never built in a day. So you must settle down to get the basics, and then you're able to help yourself. All right. So any question, anyone? You are here, you have a question, then just chat, and then I'll attend to it because we're almost wrapping up. Any question? I see that this is a detailed training and it's sacrificial for anyone to want to learn. But I can tell you that for free that it's always good you attend trainings because you want to pay more attention. Now, to devote a time and sit down to be watching the recorded may be difficult for you because you may not be disciplined. But you can watch the recorded version of what you were, what you participated in, because you want to get certain things and all of that. So any question, anyone? If there are no questions, I think we have done justice in this edition. So congratulations for everyone who probably have taken advantage of some of those opportunities. But please go and revisit your book, help yourself, tell yourself the hard truth, and so that we can make money together. Okay, somebody say link to STORMGAIN. I think I didn't send. Oh, sorry about that. I'm going to send on. I'm sure people who have been on Planb for a very long time have the link, but I'll probably check now and send for the purpose of for the benefit of people who are just coming in. STORMGAIN. Yeah. So, but be careful not to be carried away by some of those. Okay, anyway, I have to keep you caution because sometimes if you're not careful, you maybe STORMGAIN can give you longer truth. And what's it? STORMGAIN can give you a lot of services and even signal to look at, oh, this is sweet. I'm going to make money with this. And then little did you know that they can give you 500x of your, so yeah. But if you, not knowledge is waste. You're learning more and adding more understanding to yourself. So that's a link for STORMGAIN. And I'm sure other links, I think I will still paste it on the chat section of this video. And then if you're not on Gate.io, on Binance or COINW, then you can always pick it and all of that. Okay, I'm sure we've done justice on this. Let me check people on Facebook. Maybe we have some people who ask. Okay, Gabriel Emmanuel, how are you doing? Okay, somebody's asking a question. Okay, so thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice time. I'll see you again on this episode next week, Tuesday. And remember, we said the promo on all of those subscriptions is ending tomorrow by 12 noon. So meaning to take advantage of the 60% off is ending tomorrow, 12 noon Nigerian time. And by the grace of God, this weekend, we're going to be at Uyo, that is Akwa Ibom State, for business summit and financial market business summit. Myself going to be there, the Dean of FOREX is going to be there. And then, of course, to dish out detail and training about EVERGREENFFX and the global financial market, how people should leverage and take advantage of it, and how to diversify. But so you have friends out there at Uyo and all of that. Why not still get on them and let them be? The training is supposed to be, I think, 5,000 gate fee, but I think it's being paid for and everyone can come free. And then by next month in Port Harcourt, I'm sure of about 2 major events that we may be holding. The Admiral training in maybe towards the month ending, and at the same time, COINW, some of the top trainers from Lagos, from Abuja, and then Ibadan, and all of that may be available. And then so just put it in mind. And once we are done with that, then we resume some activities like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy yourself, but please be cautious. Be careful with Ponzi scheme. I think many of you can attest now. There's a project last 2 months that were making noise everywhere, here and there. Where are they today? It has been story here and there. QZ asset management. People are now crying. I don't listen to people cry when they lose money on all of those things, because those people cry to you will still go back. That's the truth. They will still go back. People don't just want to settle down and then things continue like that and all of that. And I think I shared something with us on private mentorship yesterday, and again I brought it on the Light Portfolio and other platforms that you can. Yeah. So where is this? I brought it. I said, you can do this. Coming. I say you can buy. This is my sentiment. So last thing I'll give to you here is this. I use this sentiment. When a coin, and of course, if you're in Plan B, you see that we'll always be doing that. When a coin, a platform, of course, Ponzi scheme, yeah, all of those hype projects, when they come into the market, they come with all these, sweet talk and all of those things they are going to do. So the gullible people are always interested, okay? The gullible people are always interested in putting money all in the name of passive income. So you can see, when we talk about passive income now, I show you about different projects, right? That you diversify, you spread. Not all we even discuss. But if you look at it, one, this token might be unsellable. Be aware, do your own research. But I thought I saw they're selling, because I knew it can come to that, they can block. So we're already buying. Oh, these guys, because, Ponzi scheme people, that's what they do. They will want to pump the coin to make people to still be more gullible. I think they are doing that already. I've already bought anyway. Bought when it was $300 and something. Now, this is the sentiment. This is these guys, FinTalk people, right? Now, people who are putting money, is FinTalk, yada, yada, yada. No, you don't do that. What you do, go externally. Go to since they have made it available in the wallet and now trading on PancakeSwap, go externally. Now, as long as some people will still be marketing it, they will be shouting. Look at what has happened. Let me show you one thing. Many of us don't know. Thank God for the Spirit of God. So some of us, if the Lord is not, I tell people, when people talk to you about God, it's not about being religious. So if you just get yourself disadvantaged when we're talking to you about God, you say church people. No. Thy kingdom come is beyond church. So it's about God and his power over, what he created. So please don't get it twisted. Because sometimes when we're talking to people about God, people tend to be pious and take it to be religion. God exists. Either you like it or not. I don't care whatever thing you believe, but God exists. And so now look at it. Anyone with the Spirit of God will check himself of what he do to humanity, right? So now, if you look at this type of project, they work on people's mindset and work on those things and begin to bring yada, yada, yada. Now, see what these guys have done. They first used that investment and people were making free money, let me call it free money, but it's actually from other people. And then on their wallet, if you check that wallet that time, it was static. There was no API linked. Many of you will not understand what I'm saying here now. Now, no API linked. So any money you put in can be collected. It's not like if you go to Plan B app now, you can deposit money. But guess what? Money you are depositing is either you use it for subscription. That means the money when you are sending in, the real money is actually going to the cold wallet of Plan B Express. Actually, not on the. So if you come to Plan B Express app now and say you want to scam it, you are just wasting your time. You are just wasting your time. So let me hack their app and collect money. You're not shishi. What you're always seeing there is just number. But the real asset itself is in cold wallet, for instance. So now that's the same thing those guys did. So people are sending their money and thinking, so they are giving them figure. They say, we're making money. No, you are not, because the money is not there. Now, when they discover that, okay, maybe the bunch of the money they have made is no longer available to pay anybody, because when you want to make withdrawal, they have to make it available there. So they have to now set up, we are setting up our blockchain and coin. Now, we have set up our own blockchain, but yet the money, so we are listing and it's on PancakeSwap. Meanwhile, your blockchain is a layer one. So let's read those stories. Now, the story now is this. People now, we have to now go there and they say, okay, you are now mining. Look at what happened. The thing went up to as high as how much? $80-something. No, 100 and something. No, 200 and something. That was following, right? $218,000. That means all the money you probably have in the back of that time was converted to this at the value of this. Now, so then there was a total now jump down, right? And so the whole thing now go flat. As at the time it went flat, so what am I supposed to do? At the bottom, I now buy little. See what they're going to be doing. As more investors bring in new money, they will be cashing out and they can use to continue to buy. So that's why you are going to see fake buying, not original buying. That means it's not an organic or market drag. It's not a kind of, you know, drag between a buyer and a seller. It's a set buying and selling. So at a point, just like what this warning DEX tool is giving us now, that warning, this token might be unsellable, so be aware. So a time may come, they will now block selling. Now they will block selling. So, but if you have bought, like me, I have bought small from the beginning of 300, and I told people if you want to buy, you can buy. It's risky though. Now they will continue to do that so that the community can hype and still be talking. You know, many of you participated on Plantain Optima. Those are the things they do. So after that, so what happened? People will keep putting, they will say the only place you can buy it cheaper is the back office. The back office. And people will go there, put the money, they will bring it to the market. So they could pump it again. Maybe they may not be able to pump it to that $200 and something thousand eventually. They may pump it back maybe to 30 or 40 or 50,000. So people still come out to say, Wacoin is the most expensive coin in the market. It's more expensive than Bitcoin. That's what they say about Plantain Optima. And people were, oh, you know, I'm making insane money on Plantain Optima because why? Well, I knew that that's what you're going to do. And then eventually got to 90 something or 110,000. So you can see the price the way it's going, right? Now it go to 100 and something thousand, $117,000. What happened? Where is Plantain Optima today? So the same thing here. So you now, but it's risky. Don't put the money you cannot afford to lose. $100, you know, can afford to buy one $450 right now because I bought $300, you know, $310, $320. So as of yesterday was $410 or thereabout. So you buy and watch them. So when the hype is getting more crazier and all of that, you just continue to watch, continue to watch. Once the price start dragging down, then you can sell off in batches. We did that on Streak. We did that on so many coins. You start selling that, and then you get off. Can I tell you, the people who put money in the back of it may not be able to withdraw their money eventually. I'm not saying, you know, I'm not part of them, so I don't need to start bad matching. So, but what you can do is to strategically position yourself, you know. But if you go to check now, say you want to go and check like I was talking about Plantain Optima that time, that went up to as crazy as now, and you agree with me that people would join, yeah? People would join the PLCU at the price of $117,000. You know that, right? So what's their fate? Now, the next thing that may happen is that they will start coming up and say, we have created another, okay, they even actually create another token eventually after that time, and then still making people to believe that the coin is going to do well and all of that. They will say, okay, for you to do, you have to use Plantain Optima to buy that one. And people still do that. Okay, see, $426. I would say it was going to come to $1,000. And this was a coin that went to $117,000, if I'm not mistaken. And now it's 400. So it came down to as low as 340. So what's the hope of the people at that something $1,000? Okay, so somebody's asking of what happened to MIT. Yeah, it came down. Okay, now what happened to MIT? MMIT is there. It's not a pump and dump coin now, but they have, I think they said they have a hacking problem and all of that. So now you have to wait. But let me now tell you, dollar cost averaging. Let me read the testimony of somebody on the same MMIT, because when you learn how to DCA, haven't bought and the market went down crazily. Now you time the bottom, because I always tell people you have to time the bottom. Like, see, let me see. This person, what did he say? I'm not calling your name, sorry, but I just want to read to people to understand. And the fellow sent me this message. What was it? I will just read it out. God bless you, sir. How was service today? There is a drastic price drop on MMIT. Yeah? There's a drastic price drop in MIT. They sent a message on their Twitter that it is a cyber attack. I just bought the bottom while I wait their reinforcement. Fantastic, right? Now the next message after, okay, this fellow sent the message Wednesday of the previous week. And on Sunday of that same week, the fellow said, Happy Father's Day, sir. MIT has recovered its position. I took some profit, bought some pepper, taking token while still watching market movement to get another good entry position. Thank you for your teaching, sir. you are a big daddy. So I have to tell the person and say, I call his name and say, it's because of the type of spirit you have. You made up your mind to learn and understand the market. Can you see? Now, that's the same thing like what we're asking. So if you don't pay rap attention, so let me quickly look at it. Look at MMIT. Where are you? MMIT. Where are you? Sorry, come in. MMIT. Good. This is MMIT. Okay, you can see the deep pra. Now, if you check from that sharp drop, and I'm sure the person was targeting and all of that, was a crazy. So let's say you didn't catch it here, so cut it here. That's about 500%, right? So, and now what are you expecting? You're expecting that if he crosses this resistance now, so you have another stoppage here, but up above here is where you are waiting for ball for it to break up. So MMIT for me is still going to do well, all right? So you don't need to you just wait. You don't have more money to buy more, you cross your hands and face other things, okay? All right, so I think that should be enough in this edition. I'm sure with the knowledge was added and then you got something more valuable in this meeting. All right, thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice time. You have any issues, you can chat up with me on our group. Then rehearse, go to the YouTube channel. I'm not in a culture of posting some of those recording. After I do it, I just leave it there. I want to see people who are really ready to help themselves financially. So bringing it is like fed, because I discover people don't attend meetings, and yet when you post, they won't read. And then when they face problem, they start asking you problems that have been taken care of. So thank you very much. My name again is Jimoh, the team leader of Planb Express. So please, let's make money and help humanity. Let's help ourselves. Let's help our family. The truth is this, economically, things will get robust and things will get bad or hard for people who refuse to learn, especially if you don't up your game in the digital space. Thank you very much, everyone, and the listener everywhere you're connected from, and you're watching it on a recorded version. Congratulations. Take action now. Check on the chat box, and you're going to see link for all of those things we mentioned, and then you can get started. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.